What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Happy Cinco de Mayo Day, and I hope everybody's had a great day. I've been talking a lot on the phone with my buddy Stuart Morrison, and we're working on making a trip to Texas. We're going to do some things to help Stuart out. He is battling cancer right now, a very aggressive cancer, getting ready for some chemo and things like that. So keep him in your thoughts and your prayers, because Stuart has been a great supporter of this channel with fantasy football and everything else, and we need some more Stuart Morrison. So I was sitting here thinking, here's a funny thing, because I was thinking about how the Eagles are going crazy about Jordan Davis and the draft picks, and thinking about A.J. Brown and how good he's going to fit, and thinking about how many times we've heard fans go crazy over offseason moves. I mean, just think about the Dream Team when that happened and stuff. And how many times have we heard that the Dallas Cowboys have made the dumbest move ever? And in retrospect, it's not as dumb as people thought. For example, when you think of the Cowboys moved back in 2013, and they took a center, Travis Frederick. I will never forget the tweet from Adam Schefter. Well, the Cowboys moved back and took a center in the first round, so there's that. And they laughed at them because the Cowboys moved back, traded with San Francisco. They got Travis Frederick, picked up a third-round pick that they used on Terrence Williams. Not saying that Terrence Williams was a Hall of Famer, but he was a very good receiver, a very serviceable receiver. And considering that was icing on the cake, wasn't exactly a bad move. But at the time, they laughed at him. They said, you could have got that guy in the second round. You know how many times I heard about people saying you could have gotten this guy later, and maybe you could have, but maybe you couldn't. Key was, they got the guy that they needed that was literally the field general and worked perfect for their system. But of course, they told the Cowboys that they're idiots. Reading today, the worst offseason moves. The worst one was, of course, Carson Wentz being signed in Washington. Basically, they looked at that and say, they're not going to be good enough to win a Super Bowl, but they're not going to be bad enough to be able to have a chance to get one of the really good quarterbacks next year. And so that move with the salary that you're going to be paying him is just not a great move. Also on that list was the Dallas Cowboys giving away Amari Cooper. Now, let's be clear. That deal, they should have gotten a lot more. They were in such a hurry to trade Amari Cooper that they didn't even wait to find out what the market really was. Had they maybe waited a couple of weeks until maybe Devontae Adams had been traded, maybe they would have gotten a second-round pick instead of a fifth. But be that as it may, when we signed Amari Cooper, remember that? They laughed at the Cowboys. Oh, in fact, the Raiders, they were like, man, did we actually just do that? Because the Cowboys were 3-5 at the time and looking like it was going to be a top 10 pick that they were going to be giving up. The Raiders were like, yeah, buddy, we got rid of that guy. He's checked out. You know, he's just not there. You know, they thought they fleeced us. Turns out the Cowboys turned the season around, ended up going to the playoffs, and even beating the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson in the playoffs. Dak Prescott's first playoff win. But they laughed at us when we made the move. And you looked at it and said, wow, that was a good move. It helped the wide receiver room, helped Dak Prescott, yada, yada, yada. And so, of course, now it's the same effect of, well, Amari Cooper. You know, you got to have that guy. Well, what if this is a situation where, like other receivers that have left Dak Prescott, that their numbers go down? What if Amari Cooper's numbers are basically the same as what they were this year with the Cleveland Browns? And you start saying maybe this is a trend of Amari Cooper. And what if, here's what's crazy. What if the design was we're going to change the offense? Remember, because here's where conspiracy theories come in. Remember when they were talking about Semi Fuco? And they said, we're going to make him a hybrid tight end. Well, why do you need him to be a hybrid tight end? You already had Jeremy Sprinkles. You have Dalton Schultz, who's franchise tag. Why would you need to have him? You've got tight ends there. And then, of course, we got Jake from Indiana. Not Jake from State Farm. But Jake, the tight end, Ferguson, who is a lot like Dalton Schultz, except he's a little bigger, and he breaks tackles better, and he blocks better. What if the Cowboys deemed and said, you know what? Let's figure out what we do. And what we do really good is 12 personnel. 2 tight end sets. Because you can do a lot of different things. See, a lot of people think of 12 personnel as just a running formation. But think back to before Aaron Hernandez went crazy and Gronk with New England. Remember when they had those 2 guys together? Oh my God. That was crazy. That was as crazy as Hernandez was, doing the stuff he was doing. What if the plan is, Amari Cooper, we don't really need you as much as we think because we got CD. And of course, we have Michael Gallup when he comes back. And then we're going to be running more 12 personnel and tying up that resources, that $21 million, for a guy who's checking out. We might be able to get those 868 yards out of our tight end by changing what we're doing. And we may make up some of that yardage too because we'll probably be able to run the football better with Zeke with 12 personnel because then we've got, 7 guys there to block. Bigger guys as opposed to a fullback, which could be the reason why they end up letting go the fullback. And as has happened so many times in the past where we're told the Cowboys are stupid because a lot of people skip. When the Cowboys drafted Micah Parsons, the first thing you heard, character issues. Oh, the Cowboys took a guy with character issues. They took an offside linebacker. What are you taking an offside linebacker for? Dudes, really? We got Jalen Smith, Van Der Esch. You needed a cornerback. Right? That's what they said. Right? Gave us a C grade or C- grade in the draft. Cowboys, they're freaking idiots. They don't know what they're doing. And yet this guy that they said had character issues has become one of the leaders of this team as being a rookie. Rookie Defensive Player of the Year. A rookie who got a couple of votes for Defensive MVP. They were wrong about that one too, right? They were wrong about Amari Cooper before. And what if D. Williams, like Billy D., no longer Sam Williams. What if Sam Williams comes out and gets about 8 or 9 sacks? All of a sudden, where everybody killed the Cowboys about the moves that they made, all of a sudden you say, wow, getting rid of Randy Gregory, that opened the door to make the need for, D. Williams. In the same way that letting DeMarco Murray go gave us a compensatory pick that we used to get Dak Prescott. And of course, because we needed a bellwether back, it's the reason why we got Zeke Elliott. Yeah, you can argue whether or not that was a great move or not, but the numbers say they've been pretty good. Not like Barkley and things. So we can't really decide and judge these things yet. The other part on the 12 personnel is something that Mike McCarthy used to run a lot in Green Bay and loved it. So this may be some more influence that Mike McCarthy is putting in on the offensive layout. So, as you can see, I'm yawning here. I am yawning, I am tired, and I think I'm going to fall out and go to sleep. It's about 10 o'clock right now, and got to get up in the morning and get back up under that house. So, I appreciate you guys. And back to Stuart Morrison. We're working out. Stuart's going to have to go to Houston to get some special treatments and stuff, and he's still finding out what his schedule is. What I'm hoping to do is go to Houston. And when I go to Houston, this is going to be probably a road trip. So I know I got to stop in Nashville, see Thomas Garrett. Got to meet Thomas. If Stuart goes to Houston, Q, we're going to have to hook up with you. And if we're in Dallas, we got to go to the Star so I can finally get that tour, because every time I go there, it's always not enough time. Or
what they say to do is get the tickets before you come.
Yeah.
So if we know the dates is order get the tickets.
So maybe we have a meetup in Dallas. And Mark Torres, buddy, you should be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. I might put your ass to work with that big pit smoker that you got. But all seriousness now, though, we got to all look out for each other. And that's the truth. If it hadn't been for people looking out for me in my downtimes and stuff, I wouldn't be here with you guys right now. And if everybody helped one person, nobody would need help. And I honestly try and live my life that way, trying to look out for others. My biggest problem is I overcommit because it's just not enough time. And I'm trying to do as much as I can to leave my mark on the world before my time is up. So, that being said, make sure you tell somebody you love that you love them tonight, because you might not get the chance again. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. I think I'm gonna go sleep now.